not taking any funds from any organization. We are taking this initiative out from the necessity of understanding that we need to protect our nature. So likewise, we have taken many initiatives in order to consolidate awareness among the population with regards to the methods or methodologies that we need to entertain in order to provide a sustainable future for the youngsters. So I would like to pinpoint some of the methods that you as students can take in order to provide a sustainable future for the upcoming generation. In the current scenario where the massive population are behind money, power, and wealth, they always tend to forget the importance of nurturing our environment. So we have to take an immense measure in order to create awareness among the students, among the aspirants that the nature is providing us lot with a lot wide varieties of things, and we as a human being, it need if we take a location, if we take a particular area or region, every soil climate and every region soil echo. So we as citizens have to understand what all species have the necessity conditions in order to grow in that particular situation. And sometimes in our environmental day, we do take initiatives in planting trees. We all tend to take initiatives in planting trees. In all the areas that we see, we plant trees, but we don't research about the trees that needs to be planted. So as a responsible citizen, we have to take the initiative in understanding the region, understanding what trees have to be planted in that particular region. Because every region has its own climatic conditions, and the soil has its own nutrients and values. So based on the region, we need to understand what all trees needs to be planted. Be a better responsible citizen, and as a responsible college student, these are the provisions that you can utilize in order to cater to the upcoming generation and in order to provide a sustainable future for the students. And if you are able to conduct green parliaments, green parliament is a concept that can be leveraged in every college, in every schools and campuses, where in which you represent a particular region and you come forward and understand, you study, you research about that particular area, and you present your ethnicity in that particular forum, then you will be able to understand various species about in that particular area. So that can be one of the methods that you can utilize in order to understand your particular region and the species aligned to that particular region. And the major problem in the current biodiversity is that plastic, the massive use of plastic is being a major concern towards our biodiversity. And when you look into the coastal regions, we can find that the one-time use plastics are being polluted in every areas, in every seas, in every land, and that is a major threat to every habitual animals in that particular region. So reducing the use of plastics, reducing the use of one-time use plastics can be a major step that you can take in order to reduce the massive use of plastics, and that can indeed provide a sustainable future. So that is one of the initiatives that you can do in order to provide a sustainable future. Then that is one of the measures that you can do in order to attain a sustainable future. So these are the some of the methods or some of the initiatives that we can do as students in order to provide in order to provide a sustainable future. And I believe in the initial stage, I think I have covered some of the major areas that you can cater into in order to provide a sustainable awareness program. And we have other panel members, and from their perspective, we can hear about much more into the biodiversities, and we can understand the essence of biodiversity and how it holds our Mother Earth as one unique piece of nature. So thank you once again for providing this platform, and I hope I have been of help in communicating the importance of biodiversity and how it can provide a sustainable future. Okay, over to you, Rashidika.
We have Sridarashmi ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. It was a very interesting speech. It was a very interesting speech. Mr. Rashid, you can connect to the next speaker.
Yeah, we have Sridarashmi madam. She can speak about all the things. Madam, please.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I'm Dr. Sida Lashmi, who worked on different bamboo species, their propagation, plantation, and utilization at the Kerala Forest Research Institute, Pichi, Thrissur district, for about more than 3 decades. I joined there in 1979 and left after superannuation in 2013. Till that time, major project was always on bamboos. And I'll share some of the slides. Let me see whether I can share the screen. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Today I would like to cover an introduction to bamboo species and their uses. As I said, I am former KFRI scientist and now a Bamboo Society of India National Governing Council member. And I continue my association with my college, Victorian Botany Alumni Association. And I am president of Uravu, which is an NGO at Wayanad, and consultant to various KFRI projects. In short, I continue my activities even now after retirement and keep involved in bamboo. As such, bamboo is associated with us long time immemorial, and it has a reference in history from 16th century onwards. And Veda, it is mentioned about 5,000 years back, and one of the oldest, this book, Kaudalya's Arthashastra, also refers bamboo as a source of income. Actually, botanists have a Bible that is Hortus Malabaricus, which is written by Van Reed with the support of an Natu Vaidyan, that is a traditional research institute. And for this institute, bamboo was a focus from 1979 onwards. And we have done many R&D and extension associated with several sponsors. And KFRI hosts one of the largest bamboo collection in India, one of the 2 bamboo information centers in the world, and a common facility center to process bamboo. It had a very good human resources, well exposed in India and abroad. Now, differing regard to diversity of bamboo, based on the underground structure, that is the rhizome, it is classified into 3 types, that is monopodial, symbodial, and intermediate. And we get the symbodial type of bamboos where there is a clustering, that is all the bamboo, stem of bamboo is called cum of bamboo. When we get all the bamboo in one place, just a group of it. And monopodial is a species which is seen in temperate regions, that is the growth spreads, it will look like an ericated plantation. And the intermediate is something in between these two. That is, some clustering will be there in a place, and there will be a break after that, then another cluster will form in another place. So these are the three types: symbodial, intermediate, and monopodial. Regarding the diversity of growth of bamboos, you get different forms, and most popular one we using is tree form, that is arborescent bamboos, and you get stragglers, which is in undergrowth in evergreen forest, which is just like twines, and the top it is a climber, base it is strong. Then you get shrubs, which you can grow as hedges and trim into definite shapes and make it an attractive hedge. And there are reed bamboos, which we call thin walled bamboos, and we get use them for many weaving purpose, like these levers for weaving. And you have climbers, which is considered as a weed, but now it is considered as a decorating species in constructing some arches, providing some arches and all that in gardens. Now the other aspect is, usually when you talk about bamboo, you think about a thorny bamboo, which is very popular in South India and moist regions. It is called katabans. And this is very disturbing. It is very difficult to grow in homesteads, very difficult to harvest. So the importance of this, your cultivation is being reduced. Now it has become a forest bamboo. The other one is non-thorny species, which is really easy to cultivate, and the basal part there are no branches, so you can easily harvest them. In the world, around 1,600, more than that, only 6 or 7 species are thorny bamboos. Now this is the structure of bamboo. It has a rhizome below. Then you have a stem, which is sometimes hollow, sometimes solid. But most of the stem are hollow. It has its leaves and branches. And most important part is this, that is the gum sheath, which covers young buds. And also the inflorescence, which rarely comes. There is a definite period for flowering of bamboos. Looking at the character of this, bamboo is identified. It's a auricle, ligule, and all that. It's not easy to get the flowering material and identify bamboos. Considering to the seeds of bamboo, you get 3 different types. That is called caryopsis, like our paddy grains. Then glans, which is like our wheat grains, and you get something like arecanut, and you have a soft portion inside, which is edible. So these are the 3 types you can see in bamboos. Now, considering the diversity, that is size of bamboos, the largest bamboo you get is king of bamboo, which is about 30 to 40 meters tall and about 450 kilogram in weight. That is one stem. And the smallest in that is baby bamboo, which is only 2 centimeter tall, and the name is Radiella venesa, and the largest is Dendrocalamus giganteus, which is seen in some of our areas, planted in homesteads. And this bamboo is invented only in August 2007. It is a recent addition to, comparatively a recent addition to bamboo flora. Regarding number of genera and species, these all will vary. 1,662 in the world with 121 genera. In India, you have 29 genera and 149 species. Recently, one more invented, and now it is 150 species. Now, how bamboo grows? Formation of a new vegetative shoot annually. That is the special character of bamboo. Every year you get what is called these new shoots. It's edible also when you harvest it at the right time. And number of new shoots will depend on the number of old shoots, the remaining shoots in the clump, and the nutritive conditions of the soil and climate. So you get up to 120 and all that in a clump, depending on the health of the clump. And it grows very fast. Within 3 months, it will reach on top and branches will appear. And this is the normal growth of bamboo, that is formation of a new set of vegetative shoots every year, and that will grow its full size within 3 months. And next year, with the onset of monsoon, you get another set of new shoots of bamboo. Now this is the flowering part of that. Again, there is a predetermined period for each species to flower. For instance, our katabans, that is bamboos will flower once in 45 years. That is, if you plant a seedling, it will flower after 45 years. Until that, the annual vegetative growth will continue. When flowering initiates, it gives a It happens in a small area in a group. This is a photo from Palakkad, Attapadi, where the flowering initiated, you can hear, in 2005. And by 2007, it has become a complete area under flower. And again, another 1 year, all the seeds shed and the bamboos dry. This is the common phenomena, but there are some exceptions which will not die after flowering. Only above ground portion will die, and below ground sprouting occurs to vegetative growth. Now, this is the regeneration. Plenty of seeds are produced while flowering, and all of them will germinate, no dormancy. And within 1 or 2 years' time, you get a dense growth of bamboo, and there is a natural selection, pruning, thinning, and all that. And the survival of the fittest, the good clumps will come in the forest area. Then this is the what happens when you try to cut the flowered bamboo. Usually flowered bamboo fetches low price to the farmers. So once flowering is observed in one corner or one clump, they try to cut it and sell it. But again, when you cut it, all the new shoots will come to flowering only, not as vegetative shoots. Another phenomenon of bamboo is synchronous flowering. That is, if you vegetatively propagated bamboo from mother clumps, all the propagated material will flower together. And this is an unexpected phenomena in many large-scale plantations. And a premature flowering and death means there is a loss for plantations, because the expense incurred for establishment of that plantation will be wasted. Now, bamboo identification is very difficult. I am not going to the details. There are different methods like field keys, collection, proforma for collection, anatomical properties are taken into consideration, and recently DNA barcoding has come. These are some of the characters used for bamboo species identification. All kamshis, different kamshis of bambusa, and Dendrocalamus genus, Melocarna, and all that you can see. I'm not going to give the details of this. There are experts in taxonomy who can identify bamboo species by looking at these parameters. And this is another parameter which we try for identification, that is the new shoots, that is that vegetative shoot which comes up soon after the rainfall. These are also different. When you see the leaves of bamboos and Dendrocalamus strictus, it will look alike, but see the shoots, they are entirely different. Then bamboo species, based on the size, we can classify into 5. And that is large size bamboos with the 20 to 30 centimeter diameter, and many of the Dendrocalamus genus belongs to that. And you have large size thick walled bamboos, which is the wall thickness is more, so it is highly useful for construction and all that. And you have medium sized bamboos, polymorpha and randisi and all that. I'll show you some of the pictures of all these size bamboos. Small size solid bamboos, that is Dendrocalamus toxae, Dendrocalamus strictus, very popular in cultivation now. Then you have small size thin walled bamboos. You might have heard about the Mooli bamboo of northeast, and that Melocarna baxifera is the species. Lycoclandra travangurica, the reed bamboo of southern region. All these are small size thin walled bamboos. So based on the end use, you can select some of these species for cultivation. And these are some of them. One of the 12 high-yielding species is Dendrocalamus giganteus, and you can see its vegetative part, the gum sheath which is used for identification, and you can see the stem in flowering. And another species is the Bambusa balcova, very familiar in northeast, they call Baluka bens. And these are the species. You can see it's seeding here, flowering here, but no seed set is formed in this species. Like that, then Bambusa balcova, its uses and all that. Most of the bamboos are used for construction. Then temporary fishing rods, frames for rickshaw hoods, then basketry, and the leaves are used for fodder. And this is Bambusa bamboos, our common thorny bamboo. You can see it in many moist areas. Then Bambusa nutans is another species which is seen in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh and all that. And it is also a small size, large size, almost thick walled bamboo. Then you can edit Bambusa polymorpha, which is very beautiful and elegant to see. Normally it is planted in edges as a boundary of the rubber plantations and all that. You can use this species, and the shoots are edible. Now, Bambusa membranaceous is another species. These are all diverse species which you can grow commercially in your homesteads. And also plant in forest areas to prevent soil erosion, land sliding and all that. Once it is established, don't expect that the year you, 1 year you plant it and next year all is safe. It is not like that. The underground part has to be established, that is proper rhizome development and the root development. About 8 meters radius, the bamboo roots can spread after establishment. That it requires 1 or 2 years to, more than 1 year, about 2, 3 years to establish in the ground. And this is Bambusa tilda, very common species used for incense sticks in Northeast, and now widely planted for that purpose, industrial purpose. And you can see this beautiful bamboo species, yellow with green stripes, and it is called Bambusa vulgaris. And you can easily identify with this hair growth here and all that. Very widely cultivated, and it will grow in different types of soil, like it's saline soil, sandy soil, and river banks and all that. Until recently, it was not considered as very useful or durable, but now a lot of natural fiber is extracted from this, and it is used for paper pulp also. Then you have Dendrocalamus asper here. This is imported from Thailand for edible purpose. And bamboo, as you know, bamboo shoot is a food. And this is cultivated also for edible purpose as well as for bamboo wood. This is Dendrocalamus brandisii. Actually, it is introduced from Myanmar to southern Kerala, Coorg area, and FRI, Forest Research Institute of Dehradun, also have a collection. And it is a very good species, very medium diameter, thick walled species, which is easily cultivated in homesteads. Then you have Dendrocalamus hamiltoniae, and this is seen in Himalayan region, especially two species, Dendrocalamus hamiltoniae and Sikkimensis, and almost similar in appearance. And one thing about this species is it's cultivated for fodder in Himachal Pradesh. Mainly when all other species sheds its leaves, this species alone will remain with the leaves, and so that is an advantage for using it to use it as a cattle feed. Dendrocalamus topsia is known as Konkan bamboo, and it has become a commercial species now, cultivated throughout Konkan belt up to Maharashtra, and it grows in laterite soil, that is in that bricks, and you get good yield. And there is a lot of demand for various purposes now. Mainly construction and furniture is made out of it. Then we have Dendrocalamus strictus, the most common species of India. About 54% of Indian bamboo is Dendrocalamus strictus, and it is widely accepted to many, adaptable to many climatic conditions, from -5 to +45 degrees it can grow. And in many areas of Rajasthan where rainfall is less than 700 mm, this species is grown. It's very solid species, and it is cultivated also with high intensive management. And you can have your very common species, Mooli bamboo of Northeast, which is used. This is thin walled and used for sleeve woods. And this is we got the seeds to Kerala, and about 70 days growth is there in the nursery now. It's taller than me. Very fast growing in the initial stages, very gregariously spreading bamboo, and very nice to stabilize the slopes. It's similar to our Oclandra travancorica of South India. Now you can see another Bambusa multiplex on the roadsides of national highways to prevent dust and sound. This species can be easily used, and you can prune it to any height you require. This is Bambusa multiplex. Then you have a hedge of Mooli bamboo, Melocanna bambusoides. Here, actually, this is done in a chemical company like Gelatin, where they had a pond will be behind this, and want to have a nice view here, and this remains as a very good green belt in that area. And you can see Oclandra travancorica, which is very popular in southern India. It is endemic to southern India and partly Sri Lanka, and you can see its different things. This is the below ground portion of bamboo normally, where you get a lot of rhizome and the roots spread all over, and that is holding the soil, preventing the erosion. And another thing, it has a lot of litter. that is dried leaves, and it falls and it degenerates in the soil within 1 year, and the soil enrichment takes place. This is the seedling of seeds of Auckland travelwood. Now, another species which is very familiar in Northeast is Apatani bamboos. That is our border near Siro Valley. The full tribal family is growing this bamboo, and their livelihood, everything, house, and some of the vessels and the food, everything is from this plantation. And there is a lot of traditional knowledge with them how to manage this, how to prevent flowering in these bamboos. We have not heard of flowering in Apatani bamboo, and the tribe is maintaining it as a treasure. Now, another one is Thusostakis oliveri, which is called the Ramboon bamboo. This is very popular among farmers in India, and in Kerala especially. You can grow it in a small space within about 2 meter radius, and it's useful for pluckers, these thatches, and many banana supports and all that. Easily manageable species, so it is we call it as a farmer-friendly species. There are some of them, about 10 we identified by showing our bamboo collection to farmers. And I will just flash through propagation because it's not required for you at this stage. Bamboo can be propagated by different methods, and based on seed set, you can see different seed set, like from sterile to fertile varieties, and you can collect the seeds by spreading a polythene sheet. And these are bamboo seeds, how they separated. And you can have seeds which germinate from the plant itself, which is called vivipary. And this is the caryopsis types of seeds. Then you have glans type of seeds. Then you have this baka type of seeds. Seed handling varies according to the type of seeds, and even duration, germinability, storability, and all that depends on the type of seed you get, and how to store it by defreeze and desiccator. And one type of that is baka type of seeds you cannot store. If you reduce the moisture to less than 20%, it will be wrinkles will come like this, and it will be damaged. Fungal attack will be there. But if you keep it 20 above 20%, lot of problems are there. This is how we test the viability using a sponge sheet. This is how seeds are sown in the nursery beds, just like our traditional nursery methods. And you can see the seedlings polybudded or retained in the bed. And vegetative propagation, different methods are there, macro propagation and micro propagation. And different parts of the bamboo plant can be used for vegetative propagation. And this is normally done before easy method was invented by using gum cuttings. You take a rhizome and the stem part of it with the little rods, roots. It is called root set. And this is how it is extracted, which is a very difficult process. And after that, we used rhizomes. And this is a simple method developed by KFRA, where you use 2-noded bamboo cuttings and use a hormone solution, that is coagulating substance. And you have nursery beds, you do that. And these are the different methods of vegetative propagation. And you can use branch cuttings also. And now I'll come to the different uses of bamboo. You can use bamboo for food, agriculture, construction, textile industry, environment protection, pulp and paper, furniture and household items, transportation, handicraft, alternative to plastics, music instruments, cosmetics, and energy. Actually, I have taken 12 major uses. How much time I have? Can I continue?
You can continue, madam. No issues.
Okay. And these are the pattern of use of bamboo, that is leaves. From the leaves you get medicine, pigment, juice, and drips. And from twigs you make brooms. In China, the brooms are made from the side branches of Philostachys pubescens. You can get clothes, fancy clothes, and you can also make fences. Upper part we use for woven articles, plywood, and other items. Middle part also you can make bamboo ply, and then there is a thing called chopstick. I'll show the photographs. Mattress, and basal part you can have raw material for floorboards and construction. Young shoots are used for vegetable and beverages. By fermenting you get bamboo beer. And sheets are used for handicrafts. And from the old bamboo you get cloth, charcoal, many products. There is countless products now developing from bamboo, like pellets for energy, then electricity, ethanol, and charcoal. Modern uses are much more value-added uses are there. And bamboo for food, you can eat bamboo seed. I think many of your either your parents or some of them had this bamboo seed, bamboo rice, and all what you can do with the rice can do with bamboo rice also. This is the seed is pounded like we dehusk paddy, and they use it for bamboo. How this is how it is collected. When bamboo flowers in bulk, it gives an additional income of up to 10,000 for the families in and around the area. They clean the area, they sweep it, and they clear it. And this is how they clear. There is another form of bamboo rice also. And in this, they add the juice of bamboo leaves and make it to the rice and make it green. And this also have a lot of nutrients. And bamboo rice has carbohydrates, protein, vitamin A, B1, B2, B3, and B6, minerals, calcium, iron, and phosphorus, and fiber. Usually, fiber-rich food is the attraction now and considers to be healthy. Bamboo rice is one among them, which you get in once in 40 years and all that. And there are many shops selling this after processing for another 10 years. This is bamboo shoot. This is a Chinese factory where they have grown bamboo for shoots, and they spread that rice husk in their plantations to increase the time of production of bamboo shoots. That is, moisture is retained, so the duration is more. You get bamboo shoots from somewhat June to end of the year, and this is how they process it. The sheath is removed, and very hygienically it is boiled, and the hydrocyanic acid is removed. And these are some of other products. Now the recent product is bamboo tea, which is rich in silica, supports strong nails, healthy hair, and glowing skin. And you have bamboo beer always and other products. This is very easy, simple recipe is there. You just boil some bamboo leaves in hot water for about 5 minutes and decant it. There is your tea. And you have many cooking vessels and water bottles with bamboo. You can see the traditional putu of Kerala. Putu is a breakfast which you get in southern India. Then you have water bottles. Inside there is a steel bottle, but outside there is and cups and the gift boxes for the Diwali and all that. They present sweets in some of the elegant boxes like this. And in kitchen you use bamboo a lot. And modular kitchen you can make with bamboo plank, table mats, and this is chopstick which Chinese use for their food. And all non-stick tawas, then the disposable plates. And recently Orovo came with a travel kit and a school kit and all that during the COVID time to help the bamboo craftsmen. And agriculture industry also, you find a lot of application with bamboo, the framework for greenhouses, mist houses and all that, ready-made fences, and you have so many products like that umbrella, then fish, that catching things, and baskets, winnowers and all that made of bamboo in country shops. And bamboo pipes are used for water transport from higher areas to lower areas. Plenty of baskets for different purposes like chapati, then packing materials and all that. And traditionally we used to have a bamboo weed to pump water when there was facilities for lift irrigation was less. And there is a lot of fish traps from bamboo, different designs in different regions. Once the fish gets into that, they cannot swim back. That is the trick there. And this is used many areas. And when there is water storage facilities and the height need to be increased, this can be easily done by using bamboo poles and a silpoline sheet. This is one area in Kerala, I think. And construction, bamboo is used in house construction. This is our traditional house in tribal areas. I think Wayanad, they will be familiar with that. They have a bamboo frame inside and cover with the soil from both sides. And all these houses are very nice to live in, like an AC room you can see, and very durable also. And this is another house in I think it is somewhere in China. And this is in Wayanad again, a bamboo villa you can see. It is constructed mostly with bamboos, not fully. There are concrete in it. And it is an attraction for homestay. And you have bamboo instead of iron poles when you make pillars. And there are some structures like these tree houses and all that. There is a lot of application in construction. And now Urago and Conback and all that is doing very value added, very innovative designs with bamboos. But only thing, you have to treat bamboo, preservative treatment has to be given, otherwise durability is in question. Another another product is engineered bamboo products, which is taken as reapers of bamboo is taken and they are joined together and you make something like plywood. And this is used for flooring material and also for furniture. And you have bamboo neem tile, that is bamboo and this neem is used together, that is they have better fungal and insect resistance capacity, is a product of bamboo corporation in South Kerala. Then textile industry, you get a lot of products from bamboo: towels, sheets, pillows, mattress, baby diapers, socks, bulletproof vests, and blankets. And you can see most many products in you if you look at it, Amazon sites or any other sites. Pulp and paper industry is the one, and newsprint bond paper. Good quality paper can be produced from bamboo, and it is the first industrial use of bamboo. Actually, up to that, bamboo was considered as a weed, and when it was invented that it can be used for pulp, paper pulp by a foreign, there was plenty of uses. And first paper mill came in Punalur, Kerala, but later it was closed down due to several problems: raw material shortage, labor issues, and all that. Now it is and now Hindustan paper mill also they are reviving. Then first music instrument of bamboo is flute, and it is made of different species are there to make flutes in different regions. And in Kerala you have full musical troops using full of bamboo instruments for everything. And one is violin, and then I think Unishna Pakanar has his own team like that. This has been popularized now. And handicrafts is another item. You can see a lot of new handicrafts item coming, especially from Northeast and China and all that. And baskets, ashtrays, then even the rhizome and roots are used. Then bamboo cycle. Initially it was a fancy. Now you get cycle which you can ride in the market. Then again musical instruments, then toys to avoid plastic. You get plenty of toys made up of bamboo now. Then this is the environmentally, this is the one aspect that bamboo can be used for erosion control, soil stabilization, environmental remediation, and wind breaks. It has a good capacity of preventing the breakages due to wind for its crops like rubber and other crops behind a bamboo fence. You will get an advantage of wind break, and that is a very good aspect of bamboo. Now, bamboo after floods. Many claims are there. Bamboo is good for riverbank protection. You can plant them, and bank erosion can be prevented. And this we tried in Bharatapuzha once. And actually, when you plant bamboo on riverbanks, protection is very difficult. Two reasons. Most of the bamboo riverbanks are encroached, and they have good cultivation there, coconut and banana and all that. So they don't let bamboo to grow there unless there is a cooperation from the local people. You cannot establish a bamboo belt there. But if the bamboo clumps escape that, then if they establish, this is the view from Parli, where some of the area where bamboo clumps are there, escape erosion, and it is stable. The bamboo is also stable. It has not eroded with the floods. And this is a trial which is done in my own plot. You can see the root mass. This is a eroded area on a stream bank where bamboo was planted, and about 5 years growth. It has established there very well, and you can see very close net of bamboo roots. Now nothing will happen to this river area. So this is the thing. It has to be established for some time, 2 3 years, and then only this protection you get. And bamboo furniture is another aspect where you get a lot of innovative furniture and easy to make made. And you have a team of MP Ranjan, NID professor, he is no more. Then AJ Rao from IIT who designed some tools, and the DC Handicrafts that time, Tinu Joshi, who was the project who gave us a lot of funds to work in this area, bamboo suitable for handicrafts and furniture and all that. An alternative to plastic, you get a lot of products that is straw, then containers, pen, and then small straw. Like many, even with the bamboo leaf, its straw is plant. These are all the bamboo toothbrush is very popular now, and all these baskets, winnows, and other domestic products you get, brooms you get, and the broom handle recently replaced with a bamboo pipe, and it is saving a lot of plastic use. Now, with this, let me conclude. My contact number is there, and this is my email. And this is a view of the Kerala Forest Research Institute, where I worked for more than 3.5 years. Still, I continue 3.5 decades. Still, I continue my association with this institute. And this is my family who supported me for all this tough work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Uh, Ma'am,
Yes.
can I ask something?
Yeah.
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
I heard that in the
Thank you,
Philippines,
ma'am.
after a long flood,
Yeah.
they used bamboo
Mm.
for protecting the landslides and
Yes.
floods.
Yeah.
After 2 or 3 years, there is no flood, and now it's very highly popularized forest is there. Is it right?
Yes. Yeah, there are so many areas in even in India also where we planted bamboo, and when a flood or landslide occurs, that areas are not affected. But it has to be a somewhat 3 4 year old bamboo plantation to protect bamboo. Initially, first year the bamboo also will erode with the landslides.
Okay.
It has to develop sufficient roots and rhizome to protect the bank. That is
So
why
we
where we really go wrong. And then in actually on riverbanks when you plant, bamboo roots are depth is only 2 feet. That is about 60 70 centimeter. It will go deep, but the spread is more. So when you plant it on higher area in a riverbank, that is just on top of it, the water will enter through base and will take out soil from that, and then it will topple. And another issue is you have to plant it after the heavy flood time, that is in September or October. You have to plant. If you plant it in June, July, as traditionally we do planting, this when the I mean flooding takes place, bamboo seedlings also will go with it. So after the flood, you have to get a gap. When you plant in September, you get a gap till the next June. By the time the roots will establish.
So after, I think after this, they planted this bamboo. After this ground, there is no flood and landslides in Philippines. I think I have read somewhere something like this.
Yeah, landslide may not be there. Flood, I don't know. There is no reason that not having flood. The flood will not be affecting that soil. Soil is not being taken away, washed away from the slope
So
regions.
we have a plan to plant bamboos in Ambavati Hills. That is in a very high hill
Mm.
to protect landslides on the coming year. We need your advice and everything from your side.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, madam, for
Thank
your.
you very much. Thank you very much. And I thank the
Thanks,
organizers for
ma'am.
this opportunity.
Thanks,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
Actually, it was a very informative speech. We have students of geography with us who identify species and forest cover change from remote sensing images. And we have with us students of botany and zoology too today.
Okay.
So they have enjoyed a lot. It has been a very important part of their course also to identify species.
Okay.
So they have learned a lot about bamboo species today. Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you very much. I was in a hurry because I don't want to take your full time.
Thank you, ma'am.
They
Thank you,
can
ma'am.
contact me if further information
Yes,
is
yes,
required on
ma'am.
this
Yes,
topic.
ma'am. I'll contact
Okay.
you.
Jamat, Jamat, hello?
Forest Research Institute.
We have Advocate Zakir over here. He's, I think he's working a long years in the biodiversity issues and things. So he will speak about his work. And he is very familiar with the tribal medicines. You know, the tribal medicine is very value for the in between tribals. And also we are near into the forest, and also we are using the medicine, tribal medicines. So he is very familiar with the tribal medicines and biodiversity issues. He will share his address.
Thank you, sir. Can you please, can you hear the voice?
Yeah, we can hear.
Hello. So, the case is professional lawyer in the north of Kerala. And thanks for giving me a chance to speak in English. And thanks, Mr. Rashid, for giving me an opportunity to discuss our valuable biodiversity statistics in India. So first of all, I want to tell you in short about the biodiversity. What is biodiversity? And we have to understand the biodiversity means is the plants, is the animals, and the microorganisms of India as well as the earth. And one more thing we have to understand about the diversity is the people's knowledge associated with their local biological resources. By attacking this aspect, I started first the name of the Indian Vaidya's Legal Forum. Why we developed this legal forum is that people's knowledge is vanishing out. We have to keep our biodiversity alive only by keeping the knowledge of the people related to biological resources. As we know very well, there are thousands of Chinese ideas living in India. Especially, we can discuss about the ideas of Kerala and how we get to Kerala. Study of that, developing and I think, and keep them alive in our state. So, biodiversity, you must understand two things. The important thing is the local biological resource and the knowledge of Paramparya Vaidyas. So, before coming to some important laws that is existing in India to protect biodiversity, I have to tell you something about the traditional Vaidya and modern system of treatment. Modern system of treatment, we know and we all know about the modern system of medical practice. So, how the government and when the government prepare a systematic knowledge about modern system. Not modern system in Alpadi, Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani. And the doctors are coming out and they are preparing medicine. No, they are actually they are they are prescribing medicines for the disease of the patient, and they are not manufacturing working medicines by using their own. The contrary, traditional water, they are making, they are depending, they are collecting their medicinal objects from the nature, from the earth, and they are making medicines by using their own hands, and they are treating people according to the traditional system of India. And we know very well that I think that it is very so existence of Vaidyas and Hakims are very important when we are discussing about the biological resource. We must attend that to to maintain, to keep the diversity alive. The importance of Vaidyas and Hakims are very important. So, are we powerless? Are we helpless? This is the question today raised. We are powerless. We are. Who is destroying the biodiversity? And whose duty is to protect the biodiversity? It is the duty of us, the public, is to protect the biodiversity for the better peace of our heart, state, my life, yours. And some points of central act will state rules to protect the biodiversity so that we can understand that we are not powerless. So there's a law, there's an act, there's a central act named the Biological Diversity Act 2002. So I think some students are hearing my voice and all are participating in this webinar. We are all interested in the existence and the better future of biological diversity in India as well as in the world. So, as an Indian, we have to think about how we can maintain, how we can keep the biodiversity alive in our country. Depending the existing law, the Central Act in 2000, and one of the Act is Biological Diversity Act. In which there is a clear direction to all states to make rules to protect the biodiversity in India. Biodiversity, as I already told you, it is plants, animals, and microorganisms. There's an authority in the name, National Biodiversity Authority in our country. As per our Act, no persons are obtained without the previous approval of the National Biodiversity Authority when biomass sources from our country. Why I am stressing this point to you? We all must understand the utilization and the exploitation of the biodiversity in front of us. So, how we can prevent this exploitation of biodiversity? For that, we can rely and we can depend the concerned act to protect the biological diversity in India. And anyone who wishes to take or anyone who tries to interfere or eradicate the existence of biological diversity, definitely it is reported to the Biodiversity Authority, National Biodiversity Authority. So, moreover, If we are seeing that our valuable biodiversity is destroying or destroyed by somebody, we can definitely report this matter to National Biodiversity Authority, and definitely they will take action and it is punishable also. And when we are coming to Kerala, there is clear laws in Kerala rules to protect biodiversity. For that, there is a biodiversity board existing in Kerala. So, as a Kerala, as a citizen of India living in Kerala, our duty can require that same like the board in Kerala, and so that they can take immediate and necessary action to protect the biodiversity. So, my knowledge, and we have to accordingly from tomorrow onwards. And there must be a biodiversity management company and the rules. There must be a biodiversity management committee to protect the biodiversity. So it is known as the management committee. Why I am telling all these things to you? Because biological diversity must be protected, and for that we foundation is taking necessary steps, and they are associating made to be protected. And I wish all the participants to participate in this webinar, and personally I congratulate, and I'm not wasting no time. So I think I gave you some information about law, and if you need more information about dialogue,
Thank you, Zaki sir. It was a privilege for us to have you with us. And obviously, this is a very important research topic too for students to work on biodiversity conservation and medicinal plants. And Ayurvedic uh, research is also very important today to fight the different diseases that are coming up. So, thank you, sir. We hope that you will be with us later if we want to learn from you.
Hello? Hello? My voice is clear?
Yes, yes, Mr. Rashid.
Yeah, okay. Fine. This Wayanad is a very attractive place, and the climate and everything is very beautiful. And it's surrounded around one third of forest surrounded around, and we have enough species of medicines, and we have a team to research these medicinal plants and everything. Already they are by locally they can speak the Malayalam only. That's why I am not bringing over here. So if anybody have any doubts about the medicinal plants, they can contact us. We will give you the information for all about the medicinal plants, and we can plant some medicines over your college or somewhere. Okay. Next, we have Mr. Ayub. He will speak he will give the addresses and everything. Ayubka, please.
Hello, namaste everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I think his voice is clear.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. His voice is clear.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me here. In fact, I have very little knowledge and I have little bit experience too. So I would like to talk about my experience. This experience I recently gained, and the experience comes from the life, you know. So today, in this biodiversity celebration day, I don't know what to speak about, but I was thinking about to explain my, experience. We know that the rainforest across the world continues to fall. Why? I repeat, the rainforest across the world continue to fall. Because I think the species human, the Homo sapien, is keep expanding. We are very sincere species on Earth to follow the cosmic law, I think, because we are keep expanding. Every day we are encroaching the rainforest. We start our day with tea and coffee, which come from the graveyard of the rainforest across the world. I think the change is the only thing is constant. But unfortunately, our habitual things we never change. We never look at, the environmental aspects to respect the biodiversity around us. We have some our own the habits, which is the product of the gross mind, which comes from the memories. So we used to have something. I think in our life, something we have to decide that we must quit tea and coffee as soon as possible. The tea and coffee, if we continue to follow, if we continue to consume, the rainforest across the world will continue to fall. As a human species, we start from one cell, then we expand, we grow to 38 trillion cells, about 18-year-old, and we almost mature our physical expansion about 18-year-old. Unfortunately, nowadays, we become more in a consumer manner. We forget about the conserving and preserving manner. So, the habits we build up, and it kind of a catalyst to encroach our environment. And the best example, which I am talking about, the tea and coffee. I happened to listen the speeches of Dr. Khadir Wali. He is talking about a very different lifestyle than what we are practicing in the modern life. I used to have, this is what my experience I would like to share with you. I used to have minimum 6 to 8 tea per day. Without tea, I couldn't imagine my morning. I think my chemical process was depending on the tea. And then it continues, the morning tea, then the breakfast tea, then in between the tea, then, the tea with after the lunch, in between 4 and 5, then again evening tea. and when we chat with friends, another tea. So the tea was making, a life. So Dr. Kadirwali spoke about, what is the impact of this consumption of tea and coffee on our environment. Then I thought about, even we used to say Munar, oh, how beautiful, it's so green. So we stuck with the green, that is what our environment. Actually, this is most polluted places in the world, Munar. It looks very beautiful for the eyes. But the air we breathe is filled with poison of this tea plant and coffee plant, and all these poisons are leaching, and it is impacting on the rain. Now Kerala is facing a lot of trouble. People are saying, oh, it's very hot, very humid, very difficult to live on this place. And the monsoon is supposed to come in June and start in the May, and the crops are getting affected regularly. The farmers are really in a bad shape. A lot of things are happening because we are simply not respecting the biodiversity. Our human is forgetting about what is it biodiversity. The universe itself, it's very, very diverse. We are in a very tiny, smallest, maybe one of the smallest planet in this universe, and we are one of the hundreds of maybe 100 billion planets in our Milky Way. There are trillions of Milky Ways in this universe, which the man still to find. So even we are the tiny planet on Earth. I think the planet Earth is very, very unique, very beautifully, and very balanced. It is placed in such a way. I believe such a way that the Earth is the test bed of the Lord. If you believe in God or not believe in God, this is the test bed of the Lord. Whatever we call it, whatever the shape we imagine. That which species are on Earth. The Earth is placed, such a way the air to breathe, water to flow, the birds to sing, the human to evolve. Evolution, which I told you, and from 18, when we mature the physical, then there is an expansion of the mind. The gross mind slowly move to the subtle mind, and the subtle mind it goes to the higher consciousness, where we find the union with God. This is the universe. So this is what yoga talking about. Even the yoga is talking about the ever-expanding universe. The name itself, the Brahman itself, it is to expand. So we are expanding. Unfortunately, we are expanding in a way by encroaching. So let us stop encroaching the environment. Let us, consume what actually is also preserving and conserving our environment. So I'm sticking on today to keep tea and coffee and replace some other beautiful liquids that will help our health. When we take a tea, we are adding this carbonized the milk and the white poison sugar. Once we quit the tea, now my experience is last 2 years, I never had tea, and without tea my life is much, much beautiful and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuka.
Thank you, Ayub sir.
I think his experience will be helpful for us. Next, we have Suraj. He will speak.
Hi. Am I audible right now?
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Let me share my screen. Is the screen visible?
Yeah, here I can visible. I think
Yes,
I
it's
can
visible
visible.
here. Suraj, it's
Fine,
visible
fine.
here.
Oh, okay.
You
So
can
let's start.
carry on.
Thank you for inviting me to speak. So I'll be most probably discussing about the climate change and how it is affecting our agriculture and how can biodiversity save us from that. So we'll start. So I'll start about it was literally me, like when I was studying in 8th, when I was young. I was too passionate about plants and I used to like observe every plants. I used to take plants. I used to grow plants, and it was actually too much passionate for me about plants. So like when I was studying in 8th standard and all, like my mother used to grow vegetables. So I started helping her in the kitchen garden, and yeah, and one day I got some rotten tomatoes from a shop. I just bought it. I just sowed that, and I got some seedlings. I planted it, and like with 45, 50 days, I got beautiful red fruits from that. And this actually gave me a spark. This actually gave me interest towards agriculture. And from that, regularly, I used to read about agriculture, agricultural uses, then watch agriculture related TV shows and everything. And I found out that agriculture was my passion. And from that time onwards, I started to grow our own vegetables. Then, like there was a field. I started about to cultivate to cultivate about rice when I was studying in 10th, I think. And when I was studying in plus one, like 11th, I got the state award for best student farmer, and I was invited to Kerala Legislative Assembly to take classes for ministers and MLAs. And also I was selected as the youth ambassador for Government of Kerala for organic farming. So I grow like 100 plus varieties of fruits here in the farm. We cultivate commercially some lychees, then avocados, mangosteens, and some tropical fruits. We grow vegetables that are actually needed for us to consume. We grow rice, and our team is actually conserving around 148 traditional rice varieties. So initially, like I was interested in different plant species. Like before earlier time, it was cacti and succulents. Then it came to fruit crops. Then it came to vegetables, and now like I'm actually interested towards lotuses, and we have around 20-25 varieties of lotus and aroids and fruit crops, things like that. So we'll start to talk about climate change, agriculture, and biodiversity. So I'm giving some newspaper clippings that I have saved in my system. Like from a 2 year span, we can see many places are under drought, many places are under flood, many places are under frost. And I think last year in Brazil, many coffee plantations were actually dead due to frost injury. So actually climate change is real. It's actually affecting our agriculture in a very huge way, and actually no one is caring about it. Like China and all, China, Vietnam and all, it's actually they are actually under production because of climate change. They were not able to take proper harvest due to this climatic issues. Now in India, it has actually started. Like in our region, Wayanad, we are getting more rains, and these rains are actually making problems with farmers. Like it affects coffee flowering, it affects harvest of rice, it affects means it increases many disease incidents in crops, and it's actually affecting too much. So for our survival, we should we should actually conserve biodiversity, and we should go, or we should move on strategically by selection of crops. There are actually 8.7 million species of organisms in our earth, and 4,35,000 of them are actually plants. In this, 20,000 of plants are actually edible. And how much are we actually eating? Maybe like we'll find something like 100 or 125 in supermarkets, and like we'll be consuming around only 20, and that too from same family. See, from Brassicaceae we'll be eating cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, uh, Brussels sprouts, things like that. From Cucurbitaceae family, we'll be eating around cucumber, pumpkin, and things like that. And from Solanaceae family, we'll be eating only like tomatoes, then brinjals, chili, like that. And cereals also, like from grass family, only we are eating this much. So there is a huge diversity that we are not actually eating. So one thing that we can do is we can identify the edible plants, and that are actually that can grow naturally in your area, and you can consume that. So we'll be talking about the food forest basically. So I'll be starting with fruits. There are different kinds of fruits that can be grown on different regions, and some of them. The first fruit is actually called the black sapote. It looks like chocolate, and it also tastes somewhat like chocolate, but it's actually a good fruit, tropical fruit. Second one, the fruit is called keppel. Second one on the right side. If you eat the fruit, it's like perfume. Your sweat will also get that fruit smell. It's also called perfume fruit and all. And the third one on the left below is mamey sapote. It's one of the most tastiest fruit I have eaten in my life. The fruit, one sapote weighs like 1 to 1.5 kg, and it takes like 1 year to 2 years to mature, depending upon varieties. And the last one is down right is called a miracle fruit. That fruit is just like a capsule. If you eat 1 hour, whatever you are eating, especially sour things, will give you will give you sweet taste. So like we will eat 4 5 lines, and after getting sore tooth only we will understand that. And tropical fruits like longan, lychee, rambutan, then jabuti kabas. These are pictures from my garden. Like when you are planting one seed or a seedling, and when you are eating the fruits, it's actually too much pleasurable. Like we'll get immense joy from that. And when you are growing, means when your region is in arid area where you don't have water, you can go for growing dragon fruits like clepia, or crops like ber. And if you are in temperate region, we can go for apple, peaches, plum, things like that, and berries. They are actually temperate fruits. In tropical area, in our area, we are having very huge diversity of fruits that we can grow here. Then, like when you are doing fruit forest or food forest, you can go with growing mushrooms on the ground. So it will actually help to decay the waste matter, the wooden logs and all, and you are also able to get a good nutrition or good food from the waste materials. The left one, I think we all have heard. It's called the cordyceps fungi. It's actually found in Himachal region, and it's also found in Wayanad. Like there is a story that dated back to 1980s, I think. In an Olympics, China was winning in every matches, including swimming and all. And till that time, no one knew that eating cordyceps will give you this much energy. This was actually found out by some shepherds when they found sheep eating this fungi. All sheep eating this fungi were actually very much energetic. They also tried eating that, and later on it was actually known to Chinese some people. And I think last 10 years only we are actually familiar with this fungi. So it can give you too much energy. So we'll be able to do things, or we'll be able to win in sports and things like that. And it's also having many medicinal properties. And second one, it's actually called morage. It's one of the most tastiest mushroom, and I think cost like 20 to 30,000, something like that. and it was actually a big news. Like I think 1 or 2 year back, our PM Narendra Modi used to consume it daily or something like that. So we can grow mushrooms in our food forest. Then we can include our water garden. We can grow crops like lotus tubers. We can grow water chestnuts. We can grow Chinese water chestnuts. Then wasabi, things like that. Water crops that can grow in water. Then we can grow rice, and rice we are having too much adaptations and too much varieties. The first one, it's actually upland rice that can grow in dry regions, and the second rice, like we were having traditional some varieties in India. So if we plant the rice in water, when the water is due to flood or due to rains, when the water level increases, the rice will also grow exponentially with that, and the grains will come out of the water. So we can go with a boat, we can harvest and come. So I think this types of varieties should be used in our breeding practices, or we should be able to conserve this at least for our next generation to do things like this. And in the first picture we can see a rice called amburi. It's actually native to Kerala. When if you saw the seeds, from 21st day you will get grains, and in the morning you can see panicle initiation, and evening you can harvest the grains. Within 1 day maturity, the grain will be ready to harvest, and it keeps on continuously giving panicles. It's actually used in tribal medicines and all. And the second rice is actually called Komal Chal. It's actually from Assam. If you put the rice in water, no need of boiling. With 3 to 4 hours, we'll be able to eat rice. So in water itself, we can. And there are many diversity in rice, especially in case of nutrition. We are having rice with high beta carotene, high gold, then silver, vitamin A, and all. Many varieties was tested from our group. So there are different nutrition with different varieties. If you are growing if you are in dry regions, if you can't grow rice, the next better option is millets. Millets are very rich in nutrition and needs very little water and very little care. So you can go for crops like millets. And there are many diversities of crops. Like tomato itself has more than 10,000 varieties of. And like I got one seed last 6 months before. That tomato you can store for 3 months. It won't rot. So there are many varieties like that. You have to identify varieties like that, and you have to use it for. You have to use it against climate change. Then banana, there are many varieties. Then next best options are actually tubers, and they can be grown in majority of our climatic zones, and they actually yield very good, and they are also very rich in carbohydrate, which can be actually used as alternative source for rice. And people in Kerala actually used to consume that in earlier days when starvation was there. So they are actually very easy to grow, and some varieties are there, like we can grow in forest or areas where wild boar is there. So this Tascoria's root will have thorns, and plants will also have thorns. So wild boars or rats can't eat that. And there are many varieties. And the second picture on the right, first picture on the right, it's actually called yakon. You can eat it raw. It's very tasty tuber. It's from family Astaceae. So there are a wide variety of tubers that you can grow in your edible garden. So it can be like a 7-layer garden where you can grow fruit trees, then you can grow shrubs, spices, then vegetables, and on the bottom layer you can grow things like mushrooms or things like that. And like there is a bread research institute. They are actually the land institute. They are actually researching on perennial wheat. They used to breed perennial wheat so that intercultivation or doing the same operations one time after the another is actually not necessary. The same thing, we are also having some rice varieties like that in our region. So we used to grow 2 varieties mixed and all. And one variety is actually photoperiodic, so we'll get the grains in a particular season. The other variety, it will actually yield from 3 to 4 months after sowing. So we can go harvest one trip and come, and the next trip it will naturally grow, and we can harvest like that. So within the areas where flooding is there, or we can't do too much of intercultivation, we can go for varieties like that, and we can use these varieties to breed new varieties that can be, or that is actually used. And next, it's actually this fruit is actually called camo camo, and it's very rich in vitamin C. It's like 3 to 3.5 grams of vitamin C per 100 grams of fruit. It can be grown on flooded lands. So if water stagnates for 6 or 7 months, the plant can survive. So like in the areas where you are getting more floods, or if there is too much water that you can't drain off, you can grow crops like this. And jackfruit, there are many varieties according to our purpose. We are having tender purpose varieties, then mature type, then fruit type, and different colors with different tastes. We are having gumless varieties, and there are many varieties of jackfruit. Jackfruit is actually very big next meat alternative, and it also can be grown with minimum management and minimum care. So it's a important super crop. Then actually crop shifting has happened. In Andhra and all, people are actually planting fishtail palms. So they use sugar and jaggery made from these palms. And when you are growing sugarcane, you need too much of water. So when you are shifting to crops like this, you can grow it in anywhere where there is no water available, and there is no pest issues, there is no disease issues, and things like that. So we should be able to change from our traditional cropping style to something like this, and processing from one crop to other crops like this. And yeah, with our biodiversity, we are also able to manage the pest. It's actually called ecological engineering. When we are growing one crop, we can grow other plants which can repel or which can attract specific insects. So it's like we are going marigold around the field, so that we can control or manage nematode population in a very huge way. So there are many plants like that that we can collect and plant around our farm or garden that can help us to manage the pest in a very huge way. And next is actually using our native plants in gardening and landscape. Most of our gardens and landscapes are actually filled with exotic plants. Why not use wild and native plants? The plant on the right, hedge created, is actually from Kurinji family. It's called the Strobilanthus family. It's actually a wild plant that is seen in Wayanad. It's actually very beautiful also. This is also a hedge created from Kurinji family. It's not Neela Kurinji. This is actually Strobilanthus. I forgot that species. I think Virendra Kumaran says or something like that. So it's actually very beautiful. So why don't we shift from exotic gardens, exotic plants to native plants? This is actually Neelakurinji blossom that happens in Wayanad, then Nilgiris and in Munnar regions. What can we do? Like we can just try growing our own fruits, our own vegetables, and our own garden. And in European countries and all, the concept of lawn is actually changing, and they are actually going for edible stage. They are planting vegetables and fruits that can be actually eaten. So you can grow at least 10 to 20% of your food actually from this land. It's actually very helpful, and it's also very beautiful if we are planting it in a good arranged manner. And we can go for Miyawaki forest. Those who don't know what Miyawaki is, it's actually easy method of growing forest. It was actually invented in Japan when in Japan tsunami used to occur occasionally. So what people do is what people did there is they used to collect all the materials, concrete, broken materials, and they just made a ridge with that, and they covered it with sand around the beaches, and they planted tree crops in a very close to spacing, like zero point 0.5 feet into zero point 0.5 feet, 1 feet into 1 feet, different species. And it grows very fast, and we can create a green belt or a strong wall with these trees with a very short span of time. We can create a forest from, say, 6 months to 1.5 years, and it's actually very good. We can create a green belt, and many people are actually doing this now. And there are many companies making this Miyawaki forest. And like, what can we do rather than jobs? If you are having, if you are interested in some plants, you can collect its diversity. You can start on breeding, maybe on specific plants. Then you can market it well. And there are some of my friends doing this. This is actually from Nympphea and Nilambo Aquatic Gardens. They used to breed lotus and water lilies, and they used to make like 40 to 50 lakhs per 4 months by breeding these varieties and selling this. And this is actually a friend of mine called Arun. He used to grow Hoya plants, and he's having one of the biggest Hoya collection in India. He's also doing breeding and marketing. This is actually a friend called Nirmal. He's having a huge collection of carnivorous plants, and he's also making a good amount from his passion. So you can also do like this. And this is the company that I told. There are many companies like this who makes Miyawaki forest. This company is called Forest, and there is a beautiful TED speak about this Miyawaki forest by this company's founder. So you can do things like this. Then this is actually leather made from coconut water. There's a company called Malai Biomaterials. It's actually founded by one of my friend called Sushmit. He's from Thrissur, and they make leather from coconut water. And from that leather, they used to make chappals, purses, bags, and other things like that. And they are marketing it in Europe and other countries as well. And maybe this is the future. People are actually into insect
Suraj,
farming and
Suraj,
yes, Rasika.
can you explain a little more about the Miyawaki forest? They are interested in that subject. We have a team to develop this Miyawaki forest in anywhere. So we already did in Chalakudi and another place the Miyawaki forest. Can you explain the method of this Miyawaki forest? How we can grow? How we can really this one? It's very easy method to grow. It will grow 1:10 years speedily. The trees. If we are planting a tree, it will grow like 1:10 years speedily. So can you explain a little more about Miyawaki forest?
Yeah. It's actually very easy method. It's one of the best easiest method to make a place green. So you can do it in very small areas where, like the length or where the width is like 2 feet or 3 feet. You can grow it along the highway sides, or you can grow it in very arid zones. So we'll make a bed, a raised bed. We'll fill it with organic matter, and we'll collect seedlings and seeds of native trees. I think native trees will be the best to grow Miyawaki forest. And you can plant the seedlings in this bed or in this raised bed in a very closer manner, like zero point 0.5 into zero point 0.5 feet spacing, 1 feet into 1 feet spacing, depending upon the trees that we select. And it's better to mix all the plants together rather than planting single species. So you can collect maximum number of or maximum diverse species, uh, and you can plant. And you can also choose trees with different height. Like you can choose trees which can grow like 20 to 25 feet. Then just below that, 10 to 15 feet. Just below that, shrubs. And you can plan it accordingly. It's and if you are doing this, you can create Miyawaki forest within just 6 months to 1 year. You can see the greenness of for your effort. Actually, it's one of the best method that you can grow, that you can do. And Greens have been doing this. I think last year they did one at Chalakudi, and this Miyawaki method is actually very helpful to prevent erosion.
We did three projects, one in Bangalore and one in Chalakudi and one in Ernakulam. This one. And already in Kerala, every panchayat have the budget for the Miyawaki forest. They will allow 1 lakh Indian rupees to grow the forest for maintaining for 1 year or 2 year. So if we are approaching the panchayat or the municipality, they will provide this amount to you. If need only 3 cents. Three cents means how many meters? I don't know.
120 square meters.
Yes, 120 square meter space is enough only for this forest.
You can grow a forest at your backyard.
If we have a space in town, we can approach this to the panchayat or municipality. They will allow this amount. There is no formality, nothing. It's available. I don't know why the peoples they are not using this one. Only in Kerala, I know only in one district there took this amount, and I think they started the Miyawaki forest in some city. The thing is, only this amount we can use for making a Miyawaki forest in the town.
Okay. So if any one of you want to create a forest, like you can go for Miyawaki forest, and thousands of videos are actually available in YouTube also, and people from different countries do different methods of planting and different species of trees. So you can just search or you can just Google to get details, and everyone can do that. It's very easy method, and everyone can do that. So let me continue.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and like if you are college students and all, you can go for making terrariums like this that can feel like nature. Then I told about jackfruit. Jackfruit is actually used as meat alternative nowadays, and the filling for this burger is actually made from jackfruit. It can give a texture of meat, and when added with the proper masala and mixed, you can feel like it's meat, and it's actually widely used in European countries, especially where veganism is actually spreading. So there are many products actually made from jackfruit, and jackfruit is actually minimum maintenance and minimum maintenance crop that you can grow, and you can process that to this kind of things. Then lab-grown meats are actually coming because of climate change. The main reason for climate change is actually agriculture that is used for raising hens and bird, and carbon emissions are very high. Carbon and methane emissions are very high from beef farms. So people have actually shifted from local conventional meat into lab-grown meats. And there is a super beautiful advertisement in YouTube. You can just go and search for, I think, smart meat. In that advertisement, a chicken was actually selected. They used its feather, and they took it into lab. They cultured the feather, and when they were making nuggets with that chicken and consuming it, the chicken was actually walking in front of them. And this is actually one of the best ads that I could see for this lab grown meat. And countries like Singapore have approved it to sell commercially and all. So this is the next future. So there are many plant-based alternatives also. Like Indian companies also are into this meat, like raw meat. Many companies are actually there doing this kinds of thing. And this is actually made from mushroom. Would you believe? Like if you are having waste materials like sawwood or coconut husk or coconut fiber, you can just inoculate a species of mushroom into that, and you can make this kind of chairs, tables, and even coffins are actually made from this mushroom right now. And they are also used as brick for construction. There is a video in YouTube. They are constructing a home with this mushroom brick. It's actually very strong, and it's actually like we can actually do this. So it can reduce a carbon emission, and this can also help. We can also reduce the number of trees that we can cut, and we can use our waste materials to create things like this. And it's actually very strong material. This plastic is actually made from algae, and many things are actually coming up like this from a by using our diversity, biodiversity, we can shift to sustainable alternatives by using the technology and identifying the right plants or the right organisms to do this, so we can make tomorrow better. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you can just ask, and I'll then stop.
Anybody, if anybody have any question, you can ask to Suraj.
It's been such a pleasure to hear such a genuinely nature loving young man with so much practical knowledge of sustainable farming and forestry. So, obviously, we have learned a lot from him, and we will try to connect with him later for if possible we can farm something here in college or surroundings. We will contact with him. Thank you, Rashid. And if you can, please arrange the lecture on man-animal conflicts by Mr. Balan. Please see.
Yeah, Madam Bindu Gauri is there. She will talk about the animal and man conflict. Hello?
Is he there? Mr. Balan is there?
No, Bindu Gauri is there. She will talk about this animal, man and animal conflict.
Okay.
I think she joined. She was in another meeting. She came now. She is trying to join with us.
Rashid sir, can you please continue your part and Mr. Manjil parts now because we are running out of time. We have time till 3 p.m.
Mujib ka can actually come. Mujib. Hello? Okay, Bindu Gauri joined. Ma'am, can you? Okay. I think your speaker is muted. Speaker voice.
Oh, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Can you hear? Or I think
Yes, we can
uh,
hear you.
my yeah, yeah. Okay. I think it's audible, isn't it?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Okay. So actually, today is Biodiversity Day, and my concentration, my research topic is on uh, how the biodiversity is having impact on the native people, like tribal communities, and how what we are doing here. I can explain what we are doing here, especially in the area of tribal settlement and uplifting them, and their livelihood development also. So almost 7 to 8 years back, I think almost in 2011 or 12, I happened to do a kind of research work in the area of Attapadi and other places, based on the native people and their activities, how what is the social changes happened in the area. So what happened is, when we went to especially it was a UN funded project, and we happened to go to all these places. And when we went to these places, and we could find out that there is a long gap in their agriculture activities, especially what they used to have as a food, and they now we are depending on the community kitchen in that in 2000. Now also I can say, now also they are depending on community kitchen. I hope you people know about the Attapadi scenario, and the problem happened in that area. If at all, I can explain in maybe in a few minutes. Um, what happened in that area is, like in 1999 and all, there was like children used to die soon after the delivery, like because of the malnutrition, and the mother, the, like pregnant women have a lot of malnutritional problems, and they have stillbirth in the womb itself, and then there was a lot of issues, and this Attapadi was considered as the Somalia of India, in not Somalia of Kerala, I can say, because Kerala, as you know, that is a 100% literacy is there, and well educated people are there, and because of, even though this particular area was having a lot of issues, and you all from the World Health Organization, everywhere, from where everywhere they have done the research on what was the issue, because why these people are having the, and as soon as once they after they done the research, they found that because of the malnutrition, this problem is arising, and because of that, and then after that, what happened is, soon after that, when we did the research, and the government started community kitchen. It's a combined kitchen, whereas the food is providing for them in three times a day, 3 meals a day, like that. But when I went to the tribal village to do the research work, what I found out that there is a big gap in their agriculture activities, and the people, the head village head, because there are 195 villages are there in that Attapadi area, and he found that uh, these people used to say that we don't want to stand in the queue. If you can provide us seeds and fertilizer, we are ready to cultivate. That's how the project of Millet Village has started. So actually, my there is a two topic they today they asked me to give a small brief on two topics. One is about the uh, climate change and the what do you call the climate change and the plants which is resilient to the climate change. That is main is the millets and other uh, plants, because you can see the climate is changing like anything. You know that according to the recent analysis, you know that 1.5 degree is going to increase in the whole world. So whereas already 1 degree is already increased. Because of that, you can see a lot of places being submerged in water. Lot of issues happening in everywhere. You can say everywhere, not only one area, one part of India or anywhere, but everywhere. When you look into Himachal Pradesh, there also there will be a problem of climate change. Problem will be there, and there you can see a lot of new plants are coming up in new places. Like for example, the plant which used to be there in arid area, it's coming into the evergreen area. So evergreen forest is getting diminished, and the other area is getting like increased. That arid that is like a desert area, it is getting increased, and you can see the plant diversity also getting changed because of that. You can see forest, as you all know, that forest is getting diminished day by day. Human animal conflict is happening everywhere. When people construct a house nearby the forest, and they say that we are we are being affected by the wild animals. For example, I can say I am from a place, a village called Elimala. That area was actually well known to evergreen forest and a lot of animals and medicinal plant. After almost in 1990, the central government has acquired that area for the Naval Academy. And after that, there was a lot of changes happened. Half of the forest being taken by the government, and construction happened. Because of that, there is no place for the animals to stay over there. So they started coming into the nearby villages. So people started complaining. Like, why should we complain? Because we are living in their area, and when we are living in their area, everybody is needed their own place of staying, a kind of environment, ecosystem, whereas we are encroaching their ecosystem and complaining that our crop being affected by the animals like that. So these are the main problems when we talk about the human animal conflict. And whereas my topic, what I am going to talk about is about the climate resilient crops. The crops which need to be, because as you know that the climate is changing every day by day, and we need to concentrate on the crops which is which is suitable for the both, whether if there any flood is there, that crop need to be surviving the flood time and all. And if there is dry time, that is that time also it has to be survived. So we need to select those kind of crops, whereas we need both the extreme position need to be covered. because now you can see people are, going for constructing the house, which is suitable to, survive in the flood. You can see in Assam, they construct the house in, especially which can be resistant to the flood time. The same way, all the places where is now the people are concentrating on both the extreme time when how we can survive. That the same way, today only I saw an article in Google saying that extending the foundation of the house, to survive in the flood time. The same way, we need to give importance to the plants where which has to be survive in both the harsh environment, both are harsh environment. So that for that we know, we have already our tradition, our years back we used to plant like millets, especially the in the dry area. It is a dry crop area. When you look into many places, like for example, in UP and all, they used to cultivate only millets. But years back, when they found out there is a little water available for crop development, then they started moving into different crops. Like, I hope you know that which crop is needed more water is the sugarcane. The same way, when you plant, when you harvest, like for example, when you make 1 kg of rice, to eat 1 kg of rice, you are spending 4,000 liters of water. So 4,000 liters of water is necessary to grow that particular crop, like for example, rice crop and paddy, and then to harvest, and on the table when it reaches, it's already that much carbon footprint being used, like 4,000 liters of water being used. Whereas millets and other crops, like climate resilient crops, is needed very less water and very less. On this biodiversity day, we have to think about this alternative systems where we have to, when especially the changing climate, where we require this kind of solution to be provided. So, and second thing, as you all know that I was talking about UP and other places, UP and other places, they used to cultivate the millets, and then when they got the water facility, then they started moving into different. Then there was a slogan, Kutki. Kutki is what do you call millets. Kutki hatao, soya lagao. Yes, okay. So that is soya bean introduced. Soya bean has been introduced in the system. So like that, lot of new, even in Kerala also, we are always behind the cash crops. Okay, so when you make the system in the whole environment is what do you call into the cash crops. When we plant the cash crops, the whole system is changing. Like for example, underneath the rubber tree, you cannot plant any plants. Like even the crop is not allowed. It is not possible also. Not even medicinal plants. We were done a lot of research actually to plants as an intertalking between rubber trees, as even a small medicinal plant, but nothing could survive in between, between the trees. Especially the soil texture is changing, the complete system is changing because of monoculture. When I'm talking about the tribal and their activities, how they are doing this, how they are supporting to the system, when we cultivate, like especially I worked with the tribals in Assam and Meghalaya and this what do you call that, um, Arunachal Pradesh and all. So we know that these people, how they cultivate, they do the mixed cultivation where they cultivate all together. The 5 to 6 different type of grains has been put together and only harvest when they require. This was the system we used to follow. Even when I talked to my grandmother, she used to tell me the same. We used to cultivate, like years back, my great grandfather, grandmother and all, they used to cultivate all the mixed what do you call it, grains, and along with that pulses also is there, pulses, millets and rice, everything together, and they harvest whenever they needed. So altogether, for a system complete, for a home, it is a completely self-sufficient, and it is we require, we harvest whenever we require. When the complete mature plant is ready to harvest, then we harvest it only at that particular time. But when we do this same way, now everybody is going into corporate level model, so we are doing in a bulk model. So when the bulk cultivation, like bulk cultivation happening, everybody wants to sell it in the market. Marketing is becoming a what do you call it, important scenario in the total cultivational activities. So in that time, when we talk about that, you can only think about monoculture. Then monoculture is, it will affect the total environmental system. This is the same way it is affecting the overall system. For example, what we are doing here in this area, we are working with the tribal people all over the places, not only in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Andhra, wherever who were available, sorry, the tribal, what is available in their ecosystem, we are supporting them with the activities. Like, for example, in Chenchu's tribe in Andhra, they are the hunter and gatherers. So we are supporting them to harvest honey without affecting, doing much impact on the total ecosystem. Like, for example, when you harvest the medicine, some places I have seen, some people even doesn't know how to harvest the medicinal plant. They completely cut down the whole tree, and that particular variety is vanishing from the total ecosystem. The same thing happening. So it is without affecting the environment system. We are telling them to harvest the honey and other. We are giving them support, and actually they and we are supporting them to even market it. So it is a livelihood development for them. The same we are doing for the Assam people also. This is the activities which we are doing. And anything else you require from me, you can ask any questions or any doubts you have. You can ask, because it's an interactive session. We can go for any of your doubts or anything. I'm really thankful to all my friends, Unikrishnan, Rashid, and everybody, and thankful to give me this opportunity to, especially just bump into for the presentation without much preparation, actually. Although I hope this could be Uh,
No need preservative, man.
Thank you,
yeah, it is
ma'am.
actually
Very clear
without
explanation.
preparation, just bargaining, you know. And I
Immediate.
live in a village. Actually, I was in a village up to this moment, and just came back and
Can
joined.
you
Yeah, tell
can
me.
you explain little about this animal and man conflicts? Why this is happening? See the
I
main
will tell
problem.
you.
See
Main
the main
problem.
problem is we are making the home near to the forest and putting the jackfruit trees and the plants which the animals are liking.
It is. It's not
So
like that
they will
because
come, they will destroy this all things.
no, because there is a book. I don't know. People from outside Kerala, whether they know about this. There is a English translation is there. You know, there is a famous writer called Vaiக்கம் Muhammad Bashir. Okay, so he say we all ഭൂമിയുടെ അവകാശികൾ. That means we all are equally partners.
Yes.
Not only human always think that we are the bigger people and we have all the rights to encroach the forest area and plant the trees or whatever. Not the plant trees. We are actually cutting down the trees, not the planting the trees. Because I have seen so many people talking about so many, which is not even relevant actually. Some people used to say, we stop cultivating. I asked them why you stop cultivating. Because we are giving, it is all, peacock. Peacock is coming and attacking our crops because of that. See, everybody's stomach is equal. Okay, when they fill their stomach, they will fly. They will not come back. Not like human. Human being the only animal. After having the food, they kill the complete system.
Yes, that is the
Nobody else is doing it.
human is the only animal. You know, the last time near to my home, after a marriage, they put the complete waste in the roadside, and the pig came and attacked the whole area.
It's not because of we are the one who is going near to their things. So we should be blamed, not the animals of other people. Like for example, a house is being built near to the sacred room. We call this as nagam. Sacred room, which is actually we keep the separate room for the only. First, you have to start, giving a kind of borderline. You have to keep a borderline in between animals and human. Like for example, I'll tell you, there is another major issue happening in Coimbatore. It's a big, what do you call it? Guru or whatever I can say. Yeah, a person who is into a philosopher. He built a big ashram by cutting down around 200 acres of land where animals used to come and do a kind of joining. Different from different area. Elephant used to come to that particular place. There they built up in a big constructed a big Shivalinga or Shiva or whatever. And because of that, the complete area where animals used to pass by, that area is covered. And because of that, nobody can know that animal is being attacked in nearby villages. So who is to be blamed? Tell me.
Yeah, the only man animal.
Man or animal?
Only man
I
animal.
think, okay, man animal, yes, of course. Like, but when we say that this is a big politics, going to be a big politics, but that's because of that I'm not going to explain more about that one. But I feel very, sometimes I feel very, painful by seeing that area, because this is the area where from four different hills, anybody used to come and join. Like we used to have a get together. No, now this is a get together, online get together. The same way, animal used to have a get together. It is called what do you call?
Ma'am,
Uh,
I'm sorry to
yeah.
interrupt, but the meeting schedule will end at 3 p.m. So I'm very sorry, but
No, 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 it's okay.
the
It's okay.
meeting will go off the line.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot for
Thank you,
giving me
ma'am.
this opportunity.
You are such an experienced person in sustainable farming and agriculture. So we will invite you in our biochemistry and microbiology departments. We have those departments. You can give specialized lectures
Definitely.
on that.
It is my pleasure. Definitely, I'll be joining.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Mr.
Thank you
Rashid,
all.
Mr. Rashid, please you conclude, and then we'll
Yeah,
hand over to Dr. Pandit for vote of thanks.
yeah. We will conclude. We have Unikrishnan. He will talk at least 1 second for this one. Unikrishnan, please.
Yes, yes, yes. Hi. Hi, everyone.
Just talk a little loud. We don't have time.
Okay. Actually, our this program, our joint venture program is first time, no? It's enjoyable and very workful. I think like that. Our team members, mostly Ayuka, Majuka, and everyone, Bindu also joined in this event. I hope it was very nice. And Sita Lakshmi Madam also participated and discussed what about this bamboo. I'm on Krishna Bhagana doing bamboo music program and bamboo construction. I'm living with bamboo totally. Already about the bamboo story, Sita Lakshmi Madam talk to you, right? We are providing now bamboo construction experience we are sharing to people. Many colleges participating with our workshops.
Okay, Uni, if they are interested in bamboo planting, we can go and we can help them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Meeting. See,
definitely.
I'm very thanks for this opportunity. And,
Yeah.
I think they can.
Yes, Rashid, as a vice chairman and now group. That's why I'm also interesting. We are always interested to participating again with you. Thank you, Sarsuna.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
We have a lot of activities, and we started around 1996. And we cannot explain all the details in this meeting. We are doing this
Not easy.
and
Not easy.
we are protecting everything. And if anybody is interested, we will send our brochure and everything to.
Detail.
Yes,
Yes.
of course, sir. We are interested in collaborating with you for developing our region from point of view of ecological conservation. So kindly send your brochure to me. I'll circulate among our members, and we can form a strategy and go forward with that, with your plan.
Definitely. Okay, right. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon all. Good afternoon all. I feel honored and privileged to get opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on this webinar. I, on behalf of Soshuna College, would like to thank all our honorable delegates who blessed us with their valuable with their presence virtually and enriched us with their valuable speech. I also want to thank our principal sir, Dr. Shubhankar Tripathi, for encouraging us to organize such a webinar. I would also like to thank our beloved IQAC coordinator, Ms. Prasasti Bhattacharya. She is very much energetic and always come forward and take an initiative to organize such a webinar. I am very much thankful to our associate partner, Greens Wildlife Lovers Forum. Words are not enough to thank their constant guidance and support to shape the webinar. I am very much thankful to all our colleagues and non-teaching staff members who always stand by us and motivate us. I feel proud and thank you for making this webinar a successful one. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by our NSS team members, Dr. Indranil Saha, Dr. Ujjal Das, and very much motivated and dedicated NSS and student volunteers. I want to thank them all. Thank you all for making this webinar a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you all.
ওরকম চিমটে কাটতে হয় ওরকম খোঁচা দিতে হয় হাসি পেয়েছে কি পরিষ্কার দেখা যাচ্ছে ইয়ে কখন
টিউটোরিয়াল নিচ্ছে জিওগ্রাফি স্টুডেন্ট আমি শুধু ভাবি না আরে এই তো এর জন্যই আসলো কি দেখতে এই কালকে রাত্রি বলে দিয়েছি একটা আমি কাছে আসবো কাজের জন্য এই কালকে কিন্তু খাওয়া দাওয়া না যদি না খাতা বন্ধু হয় কাটি রে ঠিক আছে কাটি কাটি এই কালে কখন আসবি দেখো ছবি দেখো আমি ব্যবসা পাচ্ছি give up.